Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. It's really nice to see each one of you here. We are excited to introduce the Blue Umbrella Day Signature Campaign 2025. The very fact you all are here, I'm sure we'll make that into a success. An initiative aimed at creating global awareness and advocating for the prevention of sexual violence against boys. Now, a few administrative announcements before we begin. Please ensure you select your preferred interpretation channel. For today, we have interpretations in Spanish, Portuguese, and French. Please follow the instructions on your screen as you can see it, and select the English channel if you do not require interpretation, and mute the original audio. And that's important because otherwise sometimes there are disturbances that happens. Okay. If you need to re-enter the meeting, please select the required channel and you come back again. Okay, the agenda. The workshop is actually divided into two parts. The first 45 minutes are open to Family for Every Child's members and the external partners. The second half will be a discussion for members only. And the agenda, as you can see, is introductions, family and our work on sexual violence against boys, which will be about 5 minutes. The signature campaign, another 5 minutes. A participation pack, which is the most important one, is 15 minutes. A case study of butterflies as to how we use the participation pack, 5 minutes. Participation pack Q&A, 10 minutes. And the second half would be the BUD strategies activities for members, which will be 45 minutes. So let me introduce the hosts here. On the screen, as you can see, Omattie, can you wave? Omattie Madray, ChildLinK Guyana. And Rita Panika is me, Butterflies Delhi, India. And from the Secretariat, we have Rajiv Roy, who is a Senior Program Advisor of the Prevention of Sexual Violence portfolio. Rajiv, we can't see you, or are you there? And Filipe, I hope I pronounced your second name correct. Filipe Meirelles, the Movement Building Advisor. Am I right in pronouncing your name, Filipe? I hope so. Okay, we go on to the who we are. We are a global alliance. Can go to the next slide, please. We are a global alliance of 51 local organizations working in 40 countries to improve the lives of children and families in need. As an organization rooted in our local communities, we have a rich and unique understanding of the context in which we work. We are a vital resource for children and families, and we're able to work closely with the most marginalized and vulnerable children and families, being crucial in our knowledge about how to address the inequalities and challenges they face. The next slide. The portfolio of prevention of sexual violence against children, caring for boys, preventing sexual violence against boys. How did we come about choosing this as a focus for our work here? The next slide. No, sorry, you can go back to the portfolio. Can go back to the portfolio.
Yes, sorry, I'm trying.
Okay, never mind then. The idea of working with boys emerged in 2017, actually, during a members' meeting where one question sparked an engaging conversation. What about boys? This question highlighted a gap in how we address sexual violence. While much had been done to protect girls, boys were often overlooked in these discussions. That moment ignited a collective desire to take action. And therefore, we worked on this thematic area, a very important one. And our work revolves primarily around 4 pathways, which is research, campaign, practice exchange, and advocacy. In 2018, we launched a global scoping study followed by an in-depth research across 7 countries in Asia, Africa, and the Caribbean. I must say that this was the first global empirical study done by CSOs. These studies found that the social norms and cultural taboos that often silence boys to report sexual abuse experienced by them. The recommendations from the research said that it recommended very urgently we need for greater awareness, need for more inclusive services, and better informed policies. And this was the recommendations of the 7 studies that was done by the members. The next slide. And I have to say that the knowledge, the bridge that identified the gaps in awareness, we launched the annual Blue Umbrella Day, a campaign in 2021 in 5 countries. Now it is reaching millions worldwide with more than 60 organizations participating in the campaign. This campaign has been instrumental in raising awareness at local as well as global level and advocating for change. Through practice exchange, we promote peer learning and adaptable actions tailored to country-specific contexts. Members share innovative practices, learning from each other to develop approaches suiting their own contexts. Similarly, our policy advocacy work has led to significant milestones in our member countries. I would now like to invite Omattie Madray to speak about the BUT campaign, signature campaign. We will take up your questions towards the end. Therefore, please feel free to ask your questions in the chat box. Over to you, Omattie.
Thanks a lot, Rita. It's really great to have so many of our members in this webinar today, and really looking forward to a really successful BUT campaign 2025. This is the 50th year since we have launched the campaign, and some of us has been there from the beginning. Some of us have really coming on board in the recent past, but nonetheless making a really impactful contribution to how we create a much wider campaign across many countries. So I quickly want to tell you about what it is that we are aiming to achieve. I mean, ultimately, our aim is to have the UN declare April 16th as the Blue Umbrella Day, an international day dedicated to the prevention of sexual violence against boys. In family, we have 5 key points or key achievements that we are looking for. Of course, the first one is around raising awareness. And so we want to highlight through all of our programs, all of our members who are involved, to really highlight that sexual violence is happening against boys, that this is a global issue, a global concern, and really to challenge those harmful gender norms. And then, of course, we want to ensure that the policies will be guided by research. And so we want to promote research, policy development, encourage the investment in research so that we can have better understanding on the issue, but also our findings can guide the development of policy. We also want to promote justice to support survivors. We know, I mean, in our work here in ChildLinK, sometimes it takes a long period for a young person, particularly a young boy, to talk about the abuse, to tell someone and to stop the abuse because of the amount of shame and guilt. And so we want to ensure that when they come forward, that there is justice and really to advocate for that to happen. Prior to us working on sexual violence, it used to take at least 5 to 7 years for a case to reach the court. Now that we have been doing that in so many different locations across our country, it takes it takes 2 years, which is still a long time. So we want to continue advocating. You will know what it looks like for you in your country. And so we want to support through the But campaign and advocating for justice for survivors. We also want to foster global solidarity and really for us as members in family to speak with one voice and to really unite worldwide in protecting boys. And then, of course, we want to encourage government commitment and really to push our local authorities and our national government to really implement more protective measures for boys. So far, and some of our members who were involved or following the Manila launch of the campaign, we've had high-level advocates from the UN. We've gotten a commitment, a message from the UN that was part of the launch in Manila with Zeni and her team. And so now we need to really expand and amplify this movement among our members here in family and those we connect with in our own local communities and countries. Our campaign key objective for this year is to mobilize 100,000 signatures to petition the UN to declare April 16th as Blue Umbrella Day. And maybe you might be asking yourself, can we actually do this? Yes, we can. And so I want to encourage us to not see 100,000 as too large a number, because there's many of us and many of us are bringing others into this process within our own local community. So we are aiming for 100,000 signature to petition the UN because we would like them to declare April 16th as our Bud or Blue Umbrella Day. Now I'll let Filipe, sorry, tell us a little bit more about the campaign and how we can participate in gathering the signatures. Over to you, Filipe.
Thank you, Omattie, and hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Filipe Meirelles, based in Brazil, and I am Movement Building Advisor at Family for Every Child. If you are a member of Changemakers for Children platform, you have probably spoken to me at some point. I'm going to share the participation pack with you, and I have it available in different languages. So if you want to follow it in your preferred language, here are the links to access them. Please, some of the URLs for the Canva folders and for specific information in the participation pack are yet to be updated. So for now, just use it as a reference for information. Okay, so let me screen share. So this is the participation pack of the campaign. The objective of it is to provide key information and guidance to ensure that this campaign effort is successful worldwide. Alongside this presentation, there is a folder full of links, documents, guidelines that should help you to deliver the campaign in your context. And please feel free to share this. So we are going to share the participation pack in the specific folders with everyone tomorrow. So in this presentation, you'll find an overview of the campaign, the key dates for this next period, messages, assets, and activities. So the overview. So we want to declare April 16 a United Nations Day, as we have already said. We want to collect 100,000 signatures for the manifesto. We want to engage external partners, that means yourselves as our active allies in the campaign, and we want to reach as many people as we can, physically and online, through our message and advocacy efforts. So we started the campaign on 16 October 2024. We launched it in the Manila conference, and we are going until 16 October this year. Some of the key dates for this next period include today's workshop on 19 March, the Blue Umbrella Day itself on 16th of April, and from the 16th of April to 16th May, we will be doing the Blue Umbrella campaign mobilization. And then in September, there is the United Nations General Assembly, where we intend to deliver the signatures alongside the submissions, the drawings, and everything that we have developed collectively for this campaign. Then let's talk about the messaging. We are advocating for the United Nations to declare April 16 as an international day dedicated to the prevention of sexual violence against boys. Omattie and Rita have already talked about what it means to have an international day. So this is our call to action. So our main call to action is for people to sign our petition. And we understand this is an urgent global call to recognize, support, and protect boys from sexual violence. We understand that protecting boys from sexual violence complements and strengthens the efforts that are being made to prevent violence against all children. We understand violence against boys is under-notified, and we need to bring it to visibility. We want to bring it to the surface, and we want to foster debate amongst the society. So your signature can help ensure that boys who have experienced sexual violence and that so many times are invisible receive the recognition, support, and the justice that they deserve. So this is our main call to action. And the brand of the campaign is based on the identity of the existing BUD campaign. So if you have been involved in previous editions of the Blue Umbrella campaign, you should, this identity of the umbrella and the boy with the blue umbrella should be familiar to you. And we are using the same identity for this year's campaign. So there's a logo. The logo that you're seeing in my screen is in English, but we have also translated it to different languages. They are available in Portuguese, Spanish, and French. You can find and download the logo and the folder that is available on our Google Drive, and we'll share it with you after the workshop. We also created a signature that you can add to your email signatures. And when you do so, please refer to the website petition page so we can get more signatures. We have also created a Canva template, a series of templates on Canva. They are accessible. You just have to make a copy for yourself, and then you can edit it. Some of the messages and the illustrations that we created, they are suggestions on how to spread the message. But if you want to be creative and design your own files, just feel free to do so. Of course, as long as it's consistent with the campaign messaging, but we all understand this. And as I said, we are going to make these available for you after the workshop tomorrow. So these are some of the examples of the visuals that we have created. We also have our petition page in our website. I'm going to ask my colleagues to share the link to the petition by the end of this conversation, so you stay with me here. But at the end of this conversation, everyone signs the petition. It's important to say that it has geo-targeting, so it translates to Portuguese, Spanish, and French, depending on the location of people. And we have also created printable assets. They include this, so these assets can support any local physical activities that you organize. They include stickers, a leaflet, as well as a printable banner. And they also include postcards that you can write and send directly to Geneva, postcards and also a form for collecting signatures in person. As we understand, in some situations it will not be possible to collect signatures online. So if you want to collect physical signatures, we have a form that we made available for you. Okay, so campaign activities. First thing is online signature collection. So the petition is our main tool, and we ask you to refer to the petition in every communication and activity, and also to ensure that there is space for signature collection in every activity. As we said, we are aiming for 100,000 signatures. So, and everyone is welcome to sign. This includes yourself. This includes the staff of your organizations and the people you support locally. We are collecting signatures at familyforeverychild.org/but signature campaign. There's automatic translation and there's a form for physical collection available. Then some ideas and some examples of activities that you can develop locally to support and promote the campaign. These are suggestions. So if you have any other ideas, just feel free to implement them, but they include petition outreach, blitz, which means going to places like schools or faith-based institutions, community centers, to introduce the petition and get as many signatures as possible. We are also suggesting school and youth and community engagement activities to distribute an activity pack for schools and encourage students to create drawings and posters and essays on why protecting boys from sexual violence. We, as our member alliance, is also going to have this Why I Signed campaign, so short video clips of 30 to 60 seconds to fit in the social media engagement attention span, where community members as well as survivors and professionals can explain why they are supporting the campaign. We also suggest school and university activations like competitions, workshops for young advocates, which is a great way to involve children and young people in the campaign, and as well as intervention in sport events or organizing community talks. Something else that you can do is organize small public events where people can sign the petition and encourage people to create drawings and poetry, video messages to support the campaign. And we are asking that you send these assets digitally to us. And I will explain how in the next few slides. And to finish, I guess, no, just 2 more slides. So coordinated online promotion. We have made available the Canva folder and the templates. When sharing about the campaign on social media, please use our hashtags, Blue Umbrella Day and United for Boys. If you have a network of influencers or ambassadors that you know already and you think might want to get engaged or might be interested in engaging in the campaign, please reach out to them. And like a couple slides ago, where we asked people to create their videos, we can also launch a Blue Umbrella challenge on social media and encourage people to share short videos of themselves with a Blue Umbrella and tagging friends to sign and share the petition, because it brings more and more supporters. Finally, media partnerships. If you have contact with local TV stations and radio shows, community radio stations, and you want to promote the campaign and have conversations with them, please do so. Another thing that we will be doing in the beginning of April on Changemakers for Children, and we also encourage you to do this for your own contexts during the Blue Umbrella month, from April 16th to May 16th, is to host live virtual events with survivor advocates, with experts on teams and campaign supporters to discuss the campaign out, as well as promote signing. Then, that being said, videos, photos, and submissions that you create online or offline, if you can share them with Rajiv Roy, that will be fantastic, because we are going to compile all this information and deliver it to the United Nations to make the delivery of the signatures more impactful and more touching. This is all I have to share for the participation pack. If you have any questions, you can just reach out to us. Our emails are here. I'll be around on Changemakers for Children, so if you have any questions and you want to ask it directly on Changemakers in the Rise Learning Network, I'll be there. But you can also talk to my colleagues Lily, Rajiv, and Estefa, who are social media and creative support and campaign manager and campaign coordinator, respectively. Thanks a lot. Just to finish this, we will be sharing the participation pack with everyone who is in this conversation, as well as everyone who enrolled and could not join us today. after this workshop tomorrow. Thanks so much for your attention. And I think I have to hand over to Aman. Is that right?
So yeah, thanks a lot, Filipe. I'm sure all of our members and partners are really looking forward to receiving the pack from you. And of course, the next person to speak is Aman. He's going to tell us, he's from Butterflies, and he's going to be sharing with us how they're planning to use the participation pack and adapting it to their local context. Aman, over to you.
Thank you, everyone. And now I'll be just sharing my screen. Okay. I hope my screen is visible. So the idea to share this is we want to share our learnings, and let me just okay. Okay. So I just wanted to share how we have been using our communication strategies, and at Butterflies, we also were so much like every year we adapt our the package to how we communicate the messages with people in India. And sorry, people, I am just I'm just trying to share this screen in a way in which I can see.
No worries, Aman. Try again.
Yes, now I can see you guys so that I can know how the reaction is. Okay. So there have been some of the learnings as well by looking at the participation package, and which I would want to share, and how we have created content around it, and not just the direct messages, because what we think is that when people are scrolling through Instagram, we have to really put something like quotes, which we have been doing from 2021 since the campaign launched in India. And we have always written quotes and slogans so that people stop scrolling on Instagram, and then we share with them the serious messages that we want you to participate and sign the campaign for the signature campaign as well. So also we came through that the dimensions that we are using in the participation package are the older dimensions of Instagram. So we have created updated dimensions for Instagram and then created our own post. So I would be taking through the strategies also that we have introduced for the promotions in India. So there have been a change in dimensions of Instagram post, which gives us more space to display our messages and pictures for creating engaging content and streamlining with Instagram Reels and stories. This is what Instagram has done for us so that we have more space to share our content. For an example, if we go through the older dimensions, we will end up cutting our content from top and bottom. And that's why we moved to the updated versions of Instagram, and so that we get more space to share our content and it's more visible and updated according to Instagram. So these are the kind of content which we use to create during the older dimensions of Instagram. And like I said, we were always using quotes to garner the attention on Instagram so that people stop scrolling and then know what we are trying to communicate. Instagram has also introduced like increase the limits of slides, which is also known as carousel post, and they are also trying to promote this more. So what we did is that we tried to make use of this feature as well, because according to Instagram, carousels can be a great way to tell story or showcase a series of images or videos in a single post. So earlier it was just 10 slides, and now they have increased the limit to 20 slides. So they really want us as organizations to really start promoting content through slides. And it's like a one-stop shop for telling the stories as well. So how we are doing it is we have created carousel post, and in the other post, in the other slides, I will be also sharing what goes behind this carousel post as well. Also, I would want to share that we are not just using text content. We are also trying to use photograph and text, and then photographs and then text. So in this way, we are trying to break the monotony of text post on Instagram as well. So this is how we are doing. Like, we are using impactful images from our previous year campaigns along with the text messages, which are in form of slogans. So this is how our carousel post look like. It is just one post, but when someone opens that post, they go through like 4 slides. So in the first slide, of course, to garner the attention, we write a quote. Like here we have written, hurt and scared, yet left unseen. It's time to change what silence means. Now it creates a kind of curiosity what we are trying to say, so that people will now start swiping left. And then we tell them, we need your help to declare April 16th on International Day to protect boys from sexual violence. And then about asking about the signature, and then sharing the link and QR code as well. So this is how we are doing here. We have also created, so initially we created like 18 posters for now, and we intend to create more posters as well. Though there were so much of content in each poster, we tried to like in the Instagram post, you can actually see we have bifurcated or distributed the same content from one poster into 4 different slides, so that it's easier on a mobile phone to actually read them and go through them as well. But I would just want to share the 18 posters that we have created. Of course, we'll be making it as a part of the global package. We will be removing Butterfly's logo from the posters after this workshop, and we'll be making it available for the global package as well. I'll just take you through each of the posters that we have created through the quotes, basically. So the first poster, we have like a pledge to fight, a vow to care, sign today, show you're there. So there are a mix of posters. Some of the posters tells about the awareness campaign on Blue Umbrella Day, and the other posters starts awareness on the signature campaign. So we have created a mix of both. Like one of the signature campaign quotes we have written, one by one, we make it right, sign today, be their light. Pain ignored, voices unheard, let's speak up, spread the word. So this is like creating a kind of curiosity among people and then sharing the messages. So we have like these many posters, which we will be sharing with you all. Total of 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 posters. Then these are the last 3 posters. Be the hope, be the light, sign today, make things right. One by one we rise and fight. Justice shines when we unite. Break the chains to end the pen. So yeah, so these are the posters that we have created. And these will also, we will be converting them into Instagram post as well, and we'll be sharing with you all. So from Butterflies, we will be creating a total of 18 posters for offline users and spreading awareness, and 18 carousel posts for Instagram, which will be a total of 64 slides to be used on Instagram in 18 sets of posts. So this is what we have done. And that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Aman. We'll now open for some questions. Anyone with any questions, please raise your hand, or you can post your questions in the chat, and Rita and I will respond to some of your questions, or if there's perhaps a question for Filipe, but please feel free to ask your questions. Okay, so I see a message, a quick question. Is there any messages in Arabic? And I assume you're asking about the ones that Aman just presented, Abla. Aman, are those in English only?
Yes, ma'am. Currently, we have just created in English only. But I think maybe family can translate it as well.
Great, thanks a lot.
Somebody has asked, can you make it in FB layout as well? So yes, we can make it in FB layout and share it as well.
Okay. And we have a question in Spanish, if we can have it translated, please. The photos of the
It says,
campaign.
from Sonia says, if the pictures from the previous campaigns are going to be shared.
If it's going to be shared with the members, I'm not quite sure I understand that question.
Sonia, I don't know if she can clarify, please. Thank you.
If I can just say this, that what is sent, you're free to translate it into your local language. It will be in English, but your Family for Every Child would welcome it for it to be translated into your language.
Thank you, Rita. And I think, that's what we stand for also. At the Secretariat, we do have limited resources, limited manpower. And, we would welcome if any of you, would like to translate these for your own use. And if you want to share that with us also. For example, we don't have at this moment anything in Arabic or in, Russian for that matter. Okay, but you're free to translate, as Rita was saying, we're free to translate the messages at your local language. In Canva, you can do it very easily.
Okay, so I think you're responding to that question there, Rajiv, that we can add our photos and our logos on Canva. Yeah.
Yes.
Great, thanks. Yeah.
And then I'm following up on Sonia's question. So yeah, she refers if we're gonna share previous campaigns pictures for the social media this time from previous years.
Okay, I think Filipe may have those.
Yes, so as I said, we are going to make all these assets that I mentioned in the presentation available to you after the workshop. We're just finishing a couple of small details.
Great. And the Canva templates, those will be shared as well, yeah?
Yes.
The answer is yes.
Great. All right, I think those are all the questions so far in the chat. Anyone else? There's another one in Portuguese, I think. Could we have the translation?
There's a question also from First Step Cambodia. Is raising his hand. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, Chandra.
Not a question, just to share you guys some idea in my experience working on social media also. If you have a photo from previous campaign in your own organization, you can also use that in the template. Especially on Facebook, you can attract more reach and visitor. And in terms of translation into local language, I think So
Rajiv?
far, we have been using.
Sorry, I just want to jump in. Rajiv, do you want to
Right.
comment anything regarding photos, the use of photos and consent and those aspects?
Just one thing, I thought that I will be, sharing that later. But whenever, so usually at family, at the secretariat level, we don't use, real photos. We
Yeah.
use we use only graphics, to promote our materials, promote our campaign. And we encourage our members also, or other organizations participating in this campaign, not to use photos of children or survivors specifically. If they are, that's the kind of encouragement that I would say that we give. But if you are really want to use that, make sure that the photographs are consented before you take the photograph, and the use of it is also getting consented, not only from the child but also from their parents. So please be aware. And we have also shared in the participation pack, you can find a risk assessment format as well, which we will be sharing it with you in the participation pack. Apart from our own risk assessment, which we have done from the secretariat, each organization who is participating in this campaign must do their own risk assessment as well before engaging children or survivors in this campaign. So that's an earnest request to all of you. Before you go, engage children or survivors in this campaign, please use a risk assessment and get their consent.
Thank you, Raju, for clarity. And at first step, we do not use survivors' photo for any campaign. That's
Thank
why
you,
we don't
Rajiv. We have one
participate.
question as well from Nathaniel.
Just a second, I think Cameron was saying something. So before he finishes, then we
Yes,
will
I
have.
just want to share that we can use AI to help us with translation a lot and to contextualize the message. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Yes, Nathane, Filipe, if you can translate that for us. You're on mute.
Sorry. So she's saying that last year in Brazil, a boy made images with the local identity, and she's asking if we can continue using them for this year's campaign. Yes,
I'm sorry.
I would say yes. Yes, why not? Of course.
Yeah. Another question is from Hayat Sinde. The question is about how much freedom the participants would have who are participating in this campaign to localizing the slogans. And so I think as far as the slogans are meant around the main objective of the campaign, you are free to translate it, use it as per your local context. For example, might have seen the examples from Aman from Butterflies India. None of those slogans came from us. Those slogans were his creativity or their creativity alone. So use your creativity, whichever way you want. Keep the message intact.
Okay, thank you very much.
Carla has one question. I think this should be the last question that we should be taking, because we have another session. Stefa, can you just translate it?
Let me find it. Okay.
Carla,
So if there is a way to go directly to the format of the petition in Spanish, to access the Spanish version of the petition straight away.
So the website does geo-targeting. And if you are in Latin America, you will see the petition in Spanish.
Omattie, it's wrap-up time. Yes.
Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks for your questions and, of course, for joining the webinar. We're quite happy to take some additional questions. You can send them to us via all the various medium, and I'm quite sure we would be happy to respond to any other questions that may be pending. So please do reach out to us, and please do expect the packages from